society and is treated as enemy of the state. At your age, mama, your children are embracing falsehood over truthfulness, suppressing morals and integrity. Not get tired of saying the truth, because the truth will earn our mother's freedom one day from the hands of those that come and goes and feels they should not go empty from the positions the masses gave them to occupy. Hey, mama, politics have blinded the eyes of your children and corrupt their minds. As the saying goes, until their minds are developed, their eyes will never appreciate the works of their hands. Leaders, Liberian leaders, where are the promises you made to the masses? Has the truth turned into a disaster because you keep exploiting this sweet land of liberty? Liberians, oh yes, there are more questions than answers. A pleasant way to say good morning and welcome to another fascinating time of discussion right here on this radio, where we elevate the discourse, holding all factor constant, knowing that you and I, as true sons and daughters of the land, is our inalienable right to freedom of speech, but the abuse thereof. To the growth and development of our beloved country, Mama Liberia. But what we do not accept here is the breach of the peace and the stability of the airwaves. What are you coming with invectives? And as a professional journalist, I'm clothed with the responsibility to serve as the gatekeeper in protecting the morals of our society and that of the airwaves. My name is Rufus Divine Conan. I'm proceeded this morning, so energized. And I'm grateful to be counted amongst the living, you know. Most of our friends who started the year with us, they are no more. We're not better than those that are dead and gone. It's not because of our technical. It is not our right to be alive, but privilege afforded us. So in return, you said we should give you thanks. What a good bar. So we've come this morning so energized, breathing the fresh air of life. On this 24th day of September, we'll be talking a series of issues relating to corruption, morals, peace and unity, and so forth. Too many things happening in our country, and we are glad to be alive. We are here to checkmate those issues and those individuals who are the forerunners and shakers of our democracy. Without much ado, as usual, we take the flight surges from the Rados International Airport. It has to do with the arrivals and departures. We gave you the vehicle or traffic update from Monrovia and its environs. We flip you through the discussion of the day. Too many things, Now it is a glaring fight with the authority constitutionally. Those masses who go to the pool on election day to vote in their leaders to represent them in the branches of government have been downplayed. And more great is the order of the day. Just to join in with a few of the discussing points this morning. A strange flight government also investigating the matter with those on board, 3 Mexican and an American, totaling the number of 4. Ongoing investigation there in Sierra Leone. We'll be giving you some detailed information concerning that. We'd also be playing around the issue that has to do with the National Disaster Agency. The You Say I Say They Say is featuring what's happening, returning on that as well. These and many more we have on our plate this morning. Commercials, entertainment. Stay tuned. Shaka Zulu African soldier.
All is not lost. It's on your side.
Oh, Mama Liberia, fifth land of liberty, I know how it feels in the hands of some of your heartless children. Are you aware that your real enemies are your children themselves? In pretense, they hail you by saying, you are the sweet land of liberty, filled with great natural resources. Yes, indeed, you are, Mama, a land that we cannot be deported from. But in reality, when they are empowered, filled with love and compassion for all. As the saying goes, there is no bare bush to throw a child. Mama, how long will you continue to endure abandonment and grief in the hands of these helpless children of yours who continues to feed on your breast milk by enriching themselves instead of creating an enabling environment for you and your other children who are referred to as masses? Is this not the same milk on which every child bearing the name Liberian should all be fed? Why only the evil ones are nourishing with greed, and the masses are left on a teneto in their own motherland. Mama, at your age and with all your natural resources, yet you are belong there. It is a pity that your children are proudly wearing corruption and greed as a uniform amongst their peers. And when the few who believes in you speak against it, they becomes the threat and target of the society and is treated as enemy of the state. At your age, mama, your children are embracing falsehood over truthfulness, suppressing morals and integrity, and embracing violence and dishonesty. I say to you, who are true sons and daughters of Mama Liberia, let us not get tired of saying the truth, because the truth will earn our mother's freedom one day. Mama, politics have blinded the eyes of your children and corrupt their minds. As the saying goes, until their minds are developed, their eyes will never appreciate the works of their hands. Leaders, Liberian leaders, where are the promises you made to the masses? Has the truth turned into a disaster because you keep exploiting this sweet land of liberty? Liberians, rise up and stop the complacency, because there
all day you making noise and people ear say you singing. No air, no air. Like water breathe.
Don't you cross me, oh.
They say MTN Yellow Star is back, and this season Uber is easy for everybody. You can audition online from now to the 13th, and then live audition will start on the 14th. And the people going to Ghana, Nima, or $2 million Liberian record deal with Young Future Entertainment, a brand new car, and a $300,000 Liberian wardrobe budget. Now all plus 1 year of performance with MTN and video production deal and 100 gigabytes of data every month. But not all, 7-player winning 600,000 Liberian record deal, a year of performances with MTN, 100 gigabytes of data every month, and new this year for third place of 400,000 Liberian cash prize and 100 gigabytes every month. Hey man, don't forget to tell your fellow people to dial star 415 star your code hash to vote for you when you make it. I'll be live every Saturday for the live invasion show starting from October 12. You can see yourself. Real Global Promoter will drive me from Maryland. I don't want to talk about the so many chorus. $3 days.
5 days call. Lusasa MTN says for $1 only, you get 100 minutes to call all network valid for 5 days. Meaning you get 100 minutes you can use within 5 days and talk to any network. Just star 143 hash to activate.
But Lusa and myself, just time together one time. The people smart, get new money.
Best news ever! Get 100 minutes to call all networks, valid for 5 whole days. Simply dial star 143 hash to activate and talk for as long as you want.
My people, see my joy. Since I put in for a car to this other car rental service, they are yet to come, and I am getting late. I don't know what to do.
Don't worry, my sister. Have you heard about UCAR rental service?
No,
Yuka Rental Service is the best in town, and they are located on 10th Street in Cinco, right in the technology building. Very affordable with a very low price. Go there now or call them on 0888 111 222.
Thank you, my brother. I'm calling them right now. Thank you.
You need a ride? Don't worry. Yuka Rental Service is the best in town with affordable price just for you. Yuka Rental Service can be contacted
FM on a free dialogue giveaway. La Bureau, check it.
Sunday. So why wait? Plan your vacation or outing with Rocky Farms in Carisburg along the Kakata Highway and experience the beauty of nature. (8401) from sunrise to sunset. Every moment is grand at Rocky Farms because we are the ultimate wonderland. Oh yes, this is the Positive Show right here on Love FM 105.1. You are there, that's what I'm in here, and we always say a team works supportive on this radio. I'm so grateful to be counted amongst the living this morning. So with no Oscar Ella. And lastly, for arrivals, Brussels Airline, flight SN245 from Freetown, Sierra Leone, will arrive at the Barbados International Airport at 7:20 this evening. So that does it for the arrivals at the Barbados International Airport. Quickly, let us go through the departures from the Barbados International Airport. For Abidjan. And lastly, for departures, Brussels Airline flight SN245 will depart the Rabat International Airport at 8:40 for Brussels. So that does it for the flight schedules there at the Rabat International Airport. That has to do with arrivals and departures. Let's quickly take you through our vehicular traffic movement within Monrovia and its environs. We will continue to emphasize on the issue that has to do with the Bourgeois Island Road and other roads. From their destination towards town and other parts of the bad road condition is one of the issues that stop movement within those corridors. So at that, you have a lot of charges. Drivers who apply that route are more like refusing to who apply that route. They mostly spend most of their time on the Tubman Boulevard, on the Japanese Freeway, unlike the it said that during the dry season, major works will begin on the Bourgeois Island Road. All right. So with that being said, those of you on the Rabat International Airport Highway, it gets so boring and sticky around the Tinker Village area because, mind you, the road is not yet completed. So those of you who plan that route, to your end. So those of you coming from the Rabat International Airport, you are perfectly suited on your lane, but those of the drivers who are leaving from Monrovia heading towards the Rabat International headed to. So we advise the drivers, wherever you are, be it on the Bourgeois Island, the Tottenham Boulevard, the Somalia, not the Somalia Drive, but it's now Japanese Freeway, the highways and the byways, we say, please, it is raining, please take your time. But rather, you are commuting people from one destination to the other. So what God has for you, definitely, my friend, you're going to get it. So please safeguard on that vehicle. So with that being said, when you come around the, for those of you from the Rabat International Airport Highway, when you get around the Sports Commission, not the Sports Commission, but the SKD Sports Complex, it's a route, and that route is headed to the Congo Town Back Road. So the entire corridor is called the Michael Parkland Francis Peloton Road. It leads you to the Congo Town Back Road. Head up to as far as the Boulevard Junction, and you will now you will experience congestion in the traffic from the SD Cooper Junction as far as the 540 areas, because the boulevard is no exception to the building of the traffic congestion. So the traffic, as often as we say in the morning, we've come to realize that the movement has changed. So while we made our the vehicular movement was very slow and traffic built up, congestion in the traffic built up from where you have former President Taylor home as far as the 540. It got free a little bit around the Catholic Junction areas, and as soon as we passed the Catholic Junction area, it became so tough, and that headed us as far as the Vamuma areas. So when we passed the Vamuma area, we started to experience a little hitches along the way that took us to 20th Street. So that's how it is these days. At 7 o'clock at most, the traffic congestion starts to build. So for those of you just coming to Liberia, we want to advise that you build yourself for these kinds of challenges within the traffic along the Tubman Boulevard. We also take you to the not the Japanese freeway, but let us begin with the Bourgeois Island. For those of you leaving the Bourgeois Island headed to Painesville, there's no need of giving yourself skits. Just use by word of Caldwell. Drive through Caldwell. Caldwell going to give you access to Diggsville. Diggsville going to give you access to Batnesville. Batnesville going to give you access to Johnsonville. Johnsonville going to lead you the Paco Bean, the Duper Road, and other areas, the Coca-Cola factory areas, at least to say the Mount Barkley areas. So those of you from the Kakata Monrovia highways, you can also have access to that area. And if you are headed to the Bourgeois Island, you can use that route. And those of you from the Kakata Highway, when you get around the Pakopin area and want to have access to the Rivers International Airport Highway, or you want to have access to the ELW Junction, all you need to do is to drive through the Zizi Community route. RRA Highway. You can also use the Duper Road to get to the what you call it, Weaver Avenue. Weaver Avenue going to give you access to the Duper Road and 12 houses areas. So that's that for us as it relates to the vehicular traffic movement. And we advised the other day, we took up the time to drive through, and we saw a lot of contributing factors that are leading to the congestion along the Tubman Boulevard and other paths adjacent. When you drive through the Congo Town back road, as soon as you have access to the back fence, into truck holes, and that's going to take you as far as where you have the OLTA area, the place where the LTA was renting as the office. That corridor there is bad. A lot of truck holes. Those holes have now turned out to be truck holes. So we are appealing to the public work ministry because the drainage system there is very poor, and when it rains, the drainage overflow, and heavy duty vehicle. The second row. On the second road is one of the areas that a lot of people love to have access to, that leads to other parts of Monrovia. But it will interest you to know, in the curve, beginning from where you have the late Bati Yinswa resident onward to the curve where Roland Duo Estate is, fast past that entire corridor is in a deplorable condition, and there's a need that the popular work see reason in doing the D4. So with that being said, as soon as you curve in, that area is bad. The road that accesses the main Tubman Boulevard, that corridor there, from that route, they find it difficult because serious pothole. The holes are many, and they are deepening by the day. So public work ministry, we say this is what we've observed. job with diligence and commitment, and not on your personal gains or basis. Like the president will say, if you think that you have the opportunity to serve in his government, the president of the Republic of Liberia, in person of His Excellency Joseph Newman Boakai Sr., to bring into play his words, making those words meaningful to the Liberian people. You know, Liberians always have those sweet words coming from their leaders, and the implementation we live up to his words and act upon them. So with that being said, the disaster management, I'm trying to get few points here, so I should highlight them for you. There are a series of information filtering from your end, which is so damning, and we want you to have your say on the matter. So it's an open the Disaster Management Agency that was reported by one outlet called the Flash News. The Flash News have it at Executive Director Honorable Ansu V.S. Dolly Sr. of the National Disaster Management Agency sanctioned 2 deputy executive directors from performing their duties. Management Agency, the Executive Director, Honorable Ansu V.S. Dolly Sr., has restricted and sanctioned all national and international communication and invitations for Deputy Executive for Operations, Honorable Louis K.D. Morris, directing them to his office. Honorable Dolly declared the sanction on grounds that the act creating the agency did not assign specific functions or roles to the DE causing significant distraction for departmental directors and assistant directors within the agency. The information went on to say, the source informed that the executive director, Ansu V.S. Dolly Sr., has also cut off weekly managers and senior staff meetings due to the internal conflict and his interpretation of the agency's funding act. The agency into 2 fashions. During the flood season in Liberia. Misappropriation of government funding. The information still continues. Sources within the to the agency's account for pre-positioning attempts for flood, fire, season erosion, windstorm, conflicts, and other hazard outbreak. Reliable information indicates that Honorable Dolly used US 30,000 of the 100,000 to purchase 100 acres of land in Todi. Furthermore, it is alleged that the executive director the 100,000 given to him by the vice president office, who led government officials to Riverses doing a mine land hospital bills. Instead, it is alleged that Mr. Dolly used the funds for his Ramadan celebration. The information still continues. Honorable Dolly, technical advisor, Mr. Tubi Chie Tubi, a former housing boss jailed and dismissed by former President Weah during his administration for embezzling millions of United States dollars from the National Housing Authority, is allegedly coaching Dolly on how to misuse government funds for personal gains. If no action is taken, the information says Honorable Dolly will cause serious damage and distraction to the agency. It says, I would like to use this platform to call on President Joseph N. Boakai Sr. and the Board of Chairs of the National Disaster Management, Agency, to fight against corruption and in the corridors of the media and social media in particular about the LEC. Too many things happening in our country. Let us go there quickly to bring you that information. If we can quickly move on to that, we try. The information on the social media that was posted by activists Martin Colley. We reached out to the communication director there at the LEC, that's the Liberia Electricity Corporation, through message, on which we are yet to receive a response. In so doing, to counteract the claims made by Martin Colley on the social media relating to Mr. Morning Katan. So we haven't received any response. So let us go to that information that has to do with the LEC. Let us quickly go to that information that has to do with the LEC, the post made by Martin Colley. We're going to read it out here for you and read out some of the documents that accompany that post, for which we thought otherwise as up to time, and the public is actually going to be the judge on this matter. We bring out the issues and allow you to weigh in as it relates to our country, Mama Liberia. So with that being said, let us move quickly to that information. Let me emanating from Martin Collins and relating to the LEC bus. So let's go for this break to be right back. This is the Positive Show. I'm on top of it. I'm going to get the necessary information across to you. But let us get this brief information and be right back. Don't go away. Children, are you aware that your real enemies are your children themselves? In pretense, they hail you by saying, "You are the sweet land of liberty, filled with great natural resources." Yes, indeed, you are, Mama, a land that we cannot be deported from. But in reality, when they are empowered, they leave you drowning in the pool of frustration and shame. As a mother, knows there is no bar bush to throw a child. Mama, how long will you continue to endure abandonment and grief in the hands of these helpless children of yours who continues to feed children who are referred to as masses? Is this not the same milk on which every child bearing the name Liberian should all be fed? Why only the evil ones are nourishing with greed resources, yet you are rated among the poorest countries? With deep emotional feelings, you find it hard to accept your status, knowing that you do not belong there. It is a pity that your children are speak against it, they becomes the threat and target of the society and is treated as enemy of the state. At your age, Mama, your children are embracing falsehood over truthfulness, suppressing morals and integrity, and embracing violence and dishonesty. I say to you, who are true sons and daughters of Mama Liberia, let us not get tired of saying the truth, because the truth will earn our mother's freedom one day. masses gave them to occupy. Hey, Mama, politics have blinded the eyes of your children and corrupt their minds. As the saying goes, until their minds are developed, their eyes will never appreciate the works of their hands. Leaders, Liberian leaders, where are the promises you made to the masses? Has the truth turned into a disaster because you keep exploiting this sweet? Then answer.
Oh yes, there are more questions than answer. The few lines written and voiced by me. Yes, those few lines written and voiced by me. So let's read for you the information posted on the social media. Disturbing discovery at LEC Liberia. The ODS, he says, Banana Republic in Africa. When will this change? Part 1. Consultant have been making you all to believe that they are paid a whooping US 44,169 every month by the World Bank. Presumably, 9 out of 10 Liberians believe that Captain and his Ghanaian MCC friend were employed and are being paid by the World Bank. He says, let's go to it. Let's go to where it is. So let's go to the reading here. It said, this is untrue. We are ending this lie and misconception today. We are providing evidence for everything the LEC, that's the Liberian Electricity Corporation, is being access and darkness across Liberia, including Monrovia. The chief executive officer, which is the CEO of LEC Money Katam, makes $17,514 every month, including other benefits. Just for one person, including benefits. He says, Captain brought his colleague, friend from MCC Ghana, to serve as Chief Operating Officer, COO. Kwame Kwanwinia makes US $26,555 every month, excluding other benefits, even though they are Liberian engineers and energy specialists who are far more qualified and competent than him. Franklin Bank backs 300 show us any Ghanaian whoever or who even earns this money in public sector in Ghana, where Pampinan is from, where we are waiting. He says a Ghanaian is even making far more money than our president, vice president, speaker, Senate pro tem, to 5K per month in Ghana, public sector. Show us one. This is an open challenge, he said. Liberia is indeed a banana republic. Still with Martin Colley's exception, Katan and his friends made you to believe that they signed contracts with the World Bank as consultants. That is not true. It is a scam intended to justify their own reasonable and unjustified paychecks. This contract they signed are with the Liberian government. On behalf of the Liberian government. The contract began December 9, 2022 and will expire November 30, 2024. The dual is paid by GOL Chu LEC and not the World Bank, as they want you to believe the client is LEC and the consultant are Captain and Panguna. Please read page 3 and attached. So the attachment will give you all of the details there. Quickly, let's rumble through. The Liberian Legislative Corporation, that's the Liberian, it says the Liberia Loan Project, United States dollar loan project. This, he said, is a loan from World Bank. Liberia is going to pay back every cent, including interest. We have attached